have no idea what's going on. I can't see. Ah, there I am. Alright, thanks Facebook. Alright. Oh Lord. Right, hello! Hey, welcome. I'm afraid the lighting is a little bit tricky because, as you can see, I've got the window to my side, and as yet I haven't got my giant ring light, so I'm afraid it goes a bit in and out. I'm also using a standing desk for the first time. Woo! Which my husband very kindly lent me, which is great. And I've just literally wiped off my whiteboard. I should have left it out for this training, I think, so it looks like I'm busy. Right, Vicky Blades, your video coach here. I'm live in the Camera Confidence Club for women in business and beyond for my weekly training, hashtag Top Tips Tuesday. Every week I go live and I do a little mini training on things around visibility and camera confidence and video, of course. Today is the second part of my series on hiding, the habits we have. See what I mean about the light? It's really weird, isn't it? The habits that we have around hiding. And what I mean by that is it's kind of the opposite of being visible. Being visible is putting yourself out there, putting your business out there, and telling everybody what you do and how you do it and how to work with you and making offers and so on. Whereas hiding is kind of not pushing yourself forward. It's still working, but it's working in a way that doesn't get you out of your comfort zone, doesn't make you visible, doesn't put you in front of people. So if you missed last week's, it's called Hiding Habits Part 1. It will be in the guide section. It's also on my YouTube channel. And I will post a link after this training. As always, if you're with me live, please say hello. Also, please let me know that you can hear me and see me. I can see that the lighting is a bit weird. I do apologise for that. I'm desperately trying to source a good ring light. That one, unfortunately, isn't big enough or strong enough. But say hi if you're here. And if you're watching on replay, put hashtag replay in the comments. Just like to know how people are viewing these videos. Now, I have to apologise. I have no water at home, so I came home from riding a couple of hours ago and I'm still wearing my riding stuff. I'm pretty stinky. I did that thing where I was like, I'm going to wait for the water to come on and have a shower. I'm going to wait. Water never came on. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to put makeup on because I've got a live to do, or am I just going to not put makeup on the basis that I'm going to have a shower as soon as the water comes back on? Anyway, first world problems. I did put some makeup on. I hope you can see. Yay, Caroline! Hello! Is it a bit windy where you are? I think, I don't know if you're in the path of the cyclone that's coming. I think ours is, we're going to get it at the weekend. Lovely to see you, honey. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let's crack on with some hiding. And the second 3 hiding techniques that we often use as brilliant women in business. Number 4, curating others' ideas. Yeah. So this is a really interesting one because I think as women we tend to be, supportive. We tend to empower other women. We tend to be team participants. We like to bring everybody with us. We like everybody to feel equal and nobody to feel left out. So we do a lot of bolstering, encouraging, training, and we do help others to push forward their ideas, maybe sometimes to the detriment of our own. Now, women tend to be, or girls, certainly when they're brought up, it tends to be all about equality. Men, not so much. Men are taught to be individualistic, aggressive, leaders, vying for leadership, competitive, all of those things. So you won't find a man often curating others' ideas because That's not how they're brought up, basically. But we are about curating others' ideas, and this is another way of we're sort of hiding behind other people. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because I feel like I've had loads of ideas for podcasts, for example. I've had loads of ideas for books, and they nearly always involve interviewing people and asking them about their lives, asking them about their opinions, asking them about their journeys. And that's a classic curating others' ideas. Of course there's room for interviews, of course there's room for encouragement and support and building people up, but are you doing that because you're not putting forward your own opinion? Yeah, there are lots of podcasts out there by brilliant women who are interviewing brilliant people every week, but they're not putting their own opinion forward, and maybe they're just a little bit afraid, so they're hiding behind others' ideas, when in fact they are full of brilliant ideas themselves. I'm using a podcast, that seems a really easy example. I guess in other ways you can do where you push your team forward and you say, well, this team is brilliant, this team has this many ideas, and look at the amazing work that they're doing. When a lot of that work is probably down to you as a leader, head of department, or whatever it might be. So just start to observe where you might be curating others' ideas instead of your own. Okay, so that's hiding strategy number 4. Number 5, omitting your own story. Yeah, this is an interesting one, isn't it? Because I think I do this a lot. The interesting thing here is that when I'm working with clients, I encourage them to tell their story. Obviously, they tell me their story when we're coaching one-on-one because it's part of the history of who they are and how they've ended up where they are and where they want to go and all of that. But I encourage, particularly when it comes to visibility, clients to tell their stories. How did you end up in this business? What was your eureka moment? What's your why? Tell us some anecdotes, how you overcame some adversity, some good advice you got. Loads and loads of ideas for stories around being more visible in your business. However, I've noticed I don't take my own advice. I don't tell a lot of stories. Well, I kind of do, but I tell more stories about other people. I'm curating others' ideas. Again, I'm telling stories about my brilliant clients or my amazing, customers or so on and so forth. I very rarely talk about myself, and there's quite a few reasons for that. The other thing that I do, which is omitting my own story, is that rather than say, I think, I believe, I know this, I have spent a lifetime saying to people, family or friends, oh, I read this article, or so-and-so in the paper says, oh, this book says, this scientist says, this experiment has concluded, this thing says that, oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's a way of me kind of mitigating or trying to kind of pedal back my own opinion and actually my own intelligence. Because what I'm really saying is, that's what I believe. That article has completely, totally expressed everything that I believe in. But rather than saying, this is what I think, I kind of hide behind, oh, that's somebody else's opinion, so it must be true. If a scientist said it, it's definitely true. If it was in the papers, well, maybe not so much. But I did that because I was bullied at school for being too clever. So I found school quite easy. I found work quite easy in the early stages. Later on, I didn't like school at all and didn't completely bailed out. And because of that, I was often asked to do things by the teachers, and obviously then my nickname was Teacher's Pet. And how old was I then? I think I was in middle school, so I was maybe about 11. Towards the end of leaving middle school, certainly I was really badly bullied for being too clever. So when I went to secondary school, I thought, totally subconsciously of course, it's more important to be popular than it is to be clever. And one of the ways that I got around being clever was to pretend that other people's opinions are much more important. Hey! Oh, hi Maria! Gosh, so nice to see you. Right. So omitting your own story, not telling people your own story, how you got there, adversity you faced, and so on and so forth. That is a great hiding strategy. And we are on to our final one, which I think is going to resonate with pretty much everybody. So number 6 hiding habit is ever more education. Ah yes, ever more education. Now, who can relate? Who here has signed up for courses, freebies, blueprints, workbooks, challenges, boot camps, and paid, unpaid? I hear you, because I don't feel confident enough in my own abilities. So I feel like I need to go and learn that thing, and then I will know how to do it. Now, of course, that can be true. I don't know a lot about marketing. I went into business because I wanted to help people, not because I wanted to be great at marketing. And so, yeah, of course I go and join some marketing courses, money mindset courses, all sorts of things. And I've got a lot out of it because I love learning, which is something I discovered late in life. I'm a lifelong learner. However, it can be a little bit, what can we say, distracting. Because you kind of get on this hamster wheel of, well, I'll just go and learn this other thing, and then I'll just go and take that course, and then I'll just go and get another qualification. And you're just never ready to take the next step. And this is so common, particularly in brilliant women like you, that you will feel like, yes, I want to go for that promotion, yes, I want to take that job, but I just need to get another qualification first. I'm not quite qualified enough to talk about this subject that I'm really passionate about because I haven't got a certificate or a name behind me or an institution or whatever it is. And this is so common. I'm sure you've heard of shiny object syndrome, particularly for entrepreneurs. I know myself that when I'm starting to doubt myself, when I'm starting to feel a little bit, don't know what I'm doing, a bit uncomfortable, I'll reach for another training session, I'll reach for another training video, I'll reach for another, that person's doing a course on that thing. And at some point, you have to realise that you know everything you need to know. You do, honestly, I promise you. And it's not always about getting more qualifications or more training. It's actually about getting out there, doing it, making mistakes, doing it again, and keep changing as you go. And not hiding behind ever more education. Because it feels safe, right? There's nothing wrong with being in a course, there's nothing wrong with being a student, there's nothing wrong with taking some training, but it can become a way of hiding, a bit of putting a wall up against the world and not feeling quite ready yet to take the leap. So, quick recap. I do apologise again for the light. I'm really struggling with my lighting at the moment. That's why I tried to do this kind of stand-up thing, which I love actually. Okay, let's have a quick recap of all the hiding habits. Last week we talked about this before that mindset where you have to do X, Y and Z before you can launch an offer or talk to clients or tell people that you're in business and what you're selling. Hands up if that's your favourite. That's number one. Number one is before that. I'm one of those people. Yes, I definitely hide that way. Number 2 is designing at the whiteboard. So spending a lot of time getting into real detail about what your offer is, about what your course is, what your program is, without actually talking to clients and realising what it is that they need. I think I maybe have done that a little bit. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite though. Okay, Okay, hiding habit number 3, overcomplicating and endless polishing. Well, yeah, that's a bit like the one before, isn't it? It's definitely easy to get stuck into those Canva graphics and think that you have to perfect them before you can possibly show them to the world. Okay, number 4, the one we talked about at the top, curating others' ideas, pushing other people forward rather than voicing your own opinion. I think I definitely do that. Number 5, omitting your own story. I would say that's my number 1 way of hiding and not being visible. And then number 6 is ever more education. I would say that one is also mine. Just feeling like I need a bit more training before I'm ready. So, 6 ways that brilliant women like you hide rather than get visible. I would love to know which one of the 6 is your go-to, which is your favourite way of hiding. You've probably got more than one, but maybe give me the top 1 or 2. Drop that number in the comments below and let's have a look and see where we're all at with our hiding habits. Thank you so much. That's the end of my Top Tips Tuesday mini training. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on live, Caroline and Maria. Yes, it is warm. Yes, it is very warm. Although it's we're coming up for a cyclone, so hopefully we'll be a-okay at the weekend. We'll see how bad it is. Thank you so much. That's really kind. Hit replay if you're watching this on replay. And next week, I'm going to be talking about why nobody cares about your video. That's the title of my training. And if you've read my article, or my post rather, on the spotlight effect, you will know what I mean. But come along next week to find out why nobody cares about your video. In the meantime, hit a number below for your favourite hiding habit, and let me know if any of this resonated with you. Could you relate? Do you think it's true that we have these hiding habits? Which one is your favourite? Okay, I look forward to seeing your comments. Thank you so much for being with me, and I will see you again next week. Bye.